Hello, ladies and gentlemen. The reason I'm making this video today is because I've got a very angry Xbox fanboy who has clearly got a problem with me and has made a video with me today. I was just looking around and noticed he made a video with me, so let's jump right in and I'm gonna basically roast him and debunk him. So let's have a look and see what he's got to say.
Hey, what's going on guys? It's Cripple N Crunch here, back again with another video, and today we're going to be talking about a console fanboy, because according to the YouTube analytics, they are your favourite subject. Now, today we're going to be talking about a fanboy that I've had interactions with before, probably a year back now, on various comment sections, and he's quite a bit smaller than me, and he's recently taken to the commentary style of content, and I'm so happy that he did, because he just makes the best, the finest content you've ever seen. Once you've seen this video, you will never want to watch channels like mine again, man. His logic is like beyond our understanding. He says things that to normal humans doesn't make any sense. He's just so smart. But anyway,
First of all, number one, Xbox fanboys have no logic. Okay. In fact, Xbox fanboys don't know anything. Every single time I question them on something, I prove them wrong, and they just can't handle it. And, you know, they try thinking that their £500 console can match my 3080 all the time. So, yeah, and another thing as well, it's funny that you call me a fanboy when I've owned every console today. Okay, I've had PlayStation, Nintendo, I've had them all, but problem is PlayStation's the only console that's been really makes the best games, you know, the best exclusive games that you can't find anywhere else, and that's a good thing, you know. Anyways, let's continue.
I don't see why I need to hold you guys up anymore, so let's get into the video.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, right off the bat, you can tell he has the most Chad voice in the world. This is going to be an awesome video. I'm sure.
You see, but the thing is, that is my voice, and I know I've got a good voice. I mean, no one really likes Australian people, you know. You guys are weirdos in the real world. I mean, you know, all you do in Australia is fucking drink Fosters and have boxing matches with kangaroos.
Austria? Well then, g'day mate. Let's put another shrimp on the barbie.
You know, like, you try able to go with my voice. I mean, I can really guarantee you, I've pulled more women than you had in your entire lifetime. I mean, going by your name, you are 1,000,000% a cripple. So not only are you Australian, but you're also a cripple, you see. So unless you get up and you go to gym every week like I do, and you know, you get into your protein and whatnot, and you're jacked like I am, you can't really be saying much to me. I mean, I would probably break you in half. Oh, sorry, you already are broken in half. Sorry. Let's continue anyway and see what this virgin has got to say.
He isn't using Audacity to lower his voice.
This is Chris J again. Today, I just want to prove Xbox owners wrong again. Because I've had a lot of hate from Xbox owners lately. On my videos and whatnot, and when I made my accent benchmark yesterday...
Did this motherfucker just call the Ascent the accent? Oh my god. Like, what did I tell you? We're handling like a 500 IQ big brain.
Thank you, I am a 500 IQ big brain. The thing is, when I call it the accent, I've got a better accent than you. Okay? I don't give a shit what I call the game, I don't care. I don't care what it's called, the game is trash. Okay, I benchmarked it, which you're going to see later on in my video. You give a look at my benchmarks anyway. You're just nitpicking at this point, you know. By me calling the game the accent, I don't give a fuck how it's pronounced. The game did not do well. It's terrible. Okay, but anyways,
Genius here, guys.
I thought that the Series X running native 4K on the Accent, but if you look here now, you can pretty much see it's running 1800p.
Wait, are you telling me that they sacrificed resolution for frame rate?
Yeah, they did, because the Series X, being this powerhouse, as Xbox fanboys like to call it, should be doing 4K on that game, but it's not doing it. That's without ray tracing. You have no ray tracing. My 3080 has ray tracing on the game, and you're going below 4K on a game like that. But your argument is, oh, but 4K don't matter, it's all about frame rate and performance. Watch.
So the game's gonna run smoother, but if you walked up to the TV screen and like pressed your face against it, there's a few less
I don't know anyone who puts their fucking face against the fucking screen. I mean, not all of us lick our screens like you do. Like, you know, frame rate isn't all that. You know, anything over 60's point. At the end of the day, I'm playing at 4K. There's a lot of power, and even then, I could go beyond that frame rate wise on a 4K screen. You can't do that because you're stuck at 1080p, which you show it in your video. Let me actually find where you actually say that. I'll see if I can find it here.
and then get a Game Pass subscription and have it for this computer that monitor as opposed to 1800p, but it's negligible. And don't get me started on the frame rate bump you'd get going from 4K to 1800p.
You see, this guy's got a 1080p monitor, right? And another thing I'm going to call him out on is this is his specs, okay? So, if he wants to think he's Mr. 500 IQ, you want to have a look at your computer specs, bro, because they're not correct, okay? You got an i7-10700F, a locked chip, on a Gigabyte Z490 motherboard, which is... It just gives it away, you don't know what you're doing. It's pre-built. You know, I'll tell you now, there's a pre-built most likely. You got a CPU with a locked multiplier. You can't overclock it. What a waste of money. Your 2060 is getting old now. It's getting a bit of an old frail now. The only thing that's decent in your system is your RAM and your SSD. Everything else is trash. You don't even have a capable liquid cooler or anything. I mean, I'm not even getting started what your power supply must be like. I bet you that thing's going to blow up soon.
That's such a big boost that you'd get from like such a tiny reduction in resolution that it is easily worth it. At the end of the
If it's 80% of 4K, which 1800p is, Series X should be doing it on that game. It should be doing it. So why is it not doing it? I mean, PlayStation, it being slightly weaker in hardware than the Series X means jack, because PS5 is coming out with the better looking games, and their games getting all ray traced. I mean, look at fucking Ghost of Tsushima. That's better than anything the Xbox came out this year. Gran Turismo 7's gonna look better than Forza Remote fucking Horizon 5. Means tell me they couldn't fucking implement ray tracing in an open world racer like that. But Sony can with Gran Turismo 7. It's laughable.
the day, to each their own, but I'd always take a frame rate boost over resolution, and I think most people would agree.
Most people won't agree. The only people that say those are the ones that are fucking bums, got no money. Yeah? Yeah, anything 120 Hz is nice, but the problem with Series X is it's barely reaching that. It's pointless buying a high refresh rate display if your frames aren't matching with it. You know? If the variable refresh rate ain't gonna do much justice for a game running at 30 on console, you know? Because Red Dead fucking runs at 30 on Series X, fucking Flight Sim runs at 30, barely running ultra settings, which I'm sure you're going to agree with me on, which we're going to get to in a moment. But yeah, anyway, just carry on. You're pretty much getting 80% of 4K, basically.
Yeah, that sounds about right, and you're getting a really good frame rate for that resolution. I know it sounds like I'm repeating myself and beating a dead horse, but honestly, this guy's so fucking dumb. He doesn't get the basics of performance. When you lower the resolution, you get a higher frame rate, and frame
Yeah, you're smart, man. You're smart. Well,
rate is always preferable over resolution.
now, in terms of frame rate, yeah, you're getting 60. But the thing you forget is, when I did my benchmark...
Yes, when you did your benchmark on your $1,500 graphics card.
You see, this is another thing I'm going to call you out on. You think I spent £1,500 on my 3080, which you're wrong. You look on this website, I actually bought my 3080 for about 800 at the time. Okay? Like sometimes you can actually find a 3080 on here. Now mine's an EVGA one, yeah? I think it's one of these ones actually. One of them ones I think I've got now. Anyways, it went for £800, right? The only thing that's going for £1,500 is a TI version, which is a waste of money. If you're paying that amount for 3080 Ti, you must buy a 3090. In fact, I've got my receipts right here, yeah, and it says £800. But you think I spent more than that. And listen, in my opinion, the 3080 Ti is not really that much more with just an extra 2 gig of VRAM. There's no point. There's no point. Buy a 3090 for that price. You know? But at the time, I got this because when I built my system, okay, all from PC Part Picker, I sold with a GTX 1070, I waited for 3080 to go for a good price, and I got it from here. You can even look on Cyberpower, and they're selling one on there. You know? Because most of them are saying pre-order or out of stock. Okay? A lot of ones you're seeing on here on this website are all going for replacements, and at the moment now, I got mine at a good time. As soon as I saw it on there, I snatched it. £800. So I didn't get it for double the price, or scalper prices. Okay? This was months ago.
What?
On this game yesterday, if I went into settings and turned the VSync off, that frame rate would be saying 100.
Oh my god, I'm so excited, bro. This computer that probably cost, what, the equivalent of like 10 Nigerias has...
If my PC cost 10 Nigerias, I would have a better PC than NASA at that point, probably. But yeah, you know, I mean, I'm a realist at the end of the day. I'll look at it for how it actually is. I mean, in the day, you can't really say much of this sorry excuse for PC that you're playing at 1080p, and no wonder you can't sit there and notice a difference because you're only at 1080p. You know, even the consoles, these new consoles, in fact, are actually doing better than your computer in a sense, if you think about it. But yeah.
Performed a game at 100 frames per second with ray tracing. It's just the most exciting news. It's our generation's version of the moon landing, truly.
That's a native 4K. Now just sit there and let that sink in.
The only thing sinking in for me right now is the fact that you wasted £1,500 on a 3080 when at most they're like 11.
You see, this is where you're stupid. This is where you're stupid. I did not buy my 3080 for that price. I got it for 800. How many times do I have to say? When I mentioned £1,500 in my video, I was talking about the rest of the parts in my PC. In fact, I'm going to actually show you. Yeah, I've got an i9-10900K. RTX 3080. See? I wouldn't be saying anything about me wasting money when you spent money on a pre-build that your mummy bought you for your birthday, man. You know?
£1,100.
Anyways, let's move on.
Early, but continue.
You think you're getting all these bells and whistles, and you're getting 4K this, 4K that. I can count out many games that don't run at 4K on Xbox. The medium runs at 900p.
Okay, so I actually looked into this, and if we look at the research that I found, which was, opening one...
Right. Here's the thing. They say if you go down to 1400p, but Digital Foundry, it's not my words, okay? This isn't my words. Digital Foundry were the ones that showed it goes down to 900p on the Series X. Now, you gotta bear in mind, this game is mostly cutscenes, which you like having to go at Sony ponies at, okay? Because you think all their games are all fucking cinematics and whatnot. Even though you're just jealous because their game's fucking just miles better than anything Xbox has come out with. But yeah, this game is mostly cutscenes, so most of the time you're seeing 900p when it goes to a cutscene. That's not a good look. I can't say I will up. My 3080 would never drop to that low. In fact, if I do, my 3080 would probably do 1800p or 4K on this game easy, with the reduction of ray tracing, maybe, but still, it's way better than what Series X can put out on this game.
One tab on Firefox, we can find that the medium on Series X runs at 4K, but does sometimes drop down to 1440p. Now before you go,
But Cripple, it runs at 900p on Xbox Series X.
yes, it does, but he was referring to the Series X because he said £500.
You know, Flight Sim, it's not bad, it's not running ultra settings, as they claim to do so. I mean, I already benchmarked that.
If you're seriously taking the benchmarks that Microsoft gave us seriously, you really need to look into your gullibility.
What? See, did I not say earlier on in this video, yeah, for this Flight Sim cannot do PC ultra settings as they claim it to do. It's not doing that. My benchmarks prove that. Yeah? Because my 3080 exposes, yeah, the max performance, yeah, on that game. The Series X is not matching it. Yeah, so you're not getting PC ultra settings. Alright, I know that for a fact. And your game is locked at 30. So imagine turning that 120Hz mode on your £1,000 plus fucking display, because there's only 4K OLED TV out there that could do 120Hz of reliable refresh rate out there. Yeah? Imagine turning it on, pretending you got a difference. You don't get there because all it's going to do at the end of the day is drop the resolution all the way down to do it. It's not going to look good on your OLED. Like, 1440p on a 4K screen would not look good. 1440p on a main monitor, fine. Yeah? No problem. But 1440p on a 4K screen would not look good, even on an OLED. I can't even imagine how pixelated and shit that must look. Well, blurry that must look on there. But to do 4K is doing fucking 30 FPS with lowered settings. What's the point? Well, what have you Xbox fanboys got to say? You know, you got nothing to say.
Yeah, like last time, everyone that's criticizing you is just an Xbox fanboy.
And what was this other Xbox fan? What's his name? White Knight. Now, this guy is so fucking broke. He said he was gonna get a Series X, but he ended up getting a Series S. An S version.
Oh, so he decided to only spend $300 on the console, so
Oh, well, yeah. That guy called White Knight, yeah, who fucking argues with me all the time on Crap Gamers comment section, yeah, if you go look on there yourself sometimes, he says to me, right, he was going to buy a Series X. Well, he's got a Series X, but then he ended up proving that he only got a Series S, £200 less, weaker specs. If that's not a definition of a broke bum, then I don't know what is. I mean, I could just go out, buy a Series X anytime I fucking want, but I don't want that job. I don't need it. All the games are all playable on PC. It's like, if I'm going to go buy a console right now, it'll be PlayStation 5. Any day of the week. Xbox got nothing going for it. You know? In fact, my One X, you know, that is super fucking dusty. I'm yet to sell it, because I don't think I'm going to get much profit off that piece of shit anyway. I only use it for a few 360 games. Everything, most 100% everything I'm doing on my PC. Xbox exclusives on PC, multi-platform PC, all players on Xbox, it does everything on it. Emulation, which you like to fucking claim your Xbox can do, it's weak on that console. The PCs is king for emulation and backwards compatibility. There's more games with all consoles combined. Yeah? PlayStation is the only console out there that's going out and being like, right, we got these top quality games, you know? And they've proved that. Sony have proved that. I mean, I grew up playing on PlayStation, yeah? I'm always young, I'm more of a bias towards it. They've been dominated since 1995, yeah? PS1. Then when by the time PS2 came out, was also when the first Xbox came out. Did anyone have an original Xbox in their room? No. PS2 completely outsold that thing due to the fact It was the cheapest DVD player, and also the fact that it had the most phenomenal games. It had the best library. And then when the PS3 came out, 360 had a big lead up for like a long while, yeah? PS3 still outsold that. Then when PS4 came out, then remember that joke with the Xbox One back in 2013 with all the Kinect stuff? Do you remember that? They ended up ditching that thing because no one fucking wanted it. No one liked the Kinect. Right? So bad. You know? The PS4 outsold that. Then when the fucking One X came out, which I got right next to my computer, yeah, collected dust, that thing was forgotten about and discontinued. PS4 Pro completely demolished that. And now the same thing's happening this year. And I know you're an Xbox fanboy. I mean, look, your gamer tag is right here in your fucking About section on your channel. You're an Xbox fan, you can't handle it, and all your videos are just there trying to call out fucking Sony, PlayStation fanboys or whatever, you know? Just because they're speaking facts and you're not, is not our problem, you know? Grow up and take it like a man.
We could spend the other $200 on games. What a fucking retard, man. You know, when I buy a console, I just want it to sit on my desk so I can come home after a long, hard day at preschool and...
When I buy a console, I expect it to have all the fucking things it tells me of and have some top-notch fucking games going for me. I don't see Xbox having any of that. It's funny how you think Xbox owners going up on £200 worth of games. They fucking just sponge Game Pass all the time. Because they're welfare gamers.
Look at it.
That's £300. It's got much weaker specs.
No fucking shit!
They call this fucking machine the console that eats monsters for breakfast. Or some shit like that.
It's a marketing tactic. Your IQ's clearly far lower than we originally anticipated.
Yeah, you're correct. It's a marketing tactic. You're a retard as well for fucking, well, you know, just for agreeing with me. A lot of stuff. Actually, you know what I've noticed in this video of yours? You've been agreeing with me with a lot of stuff. Yeah. I mean, because you think you're smart because you're playing on a PC. Or now, I mean, you're just an Xbox fanboy in disguise, really. That's what you are. I mean, you're trying too hard to be a Griffin gaming wannabe. You know, I ain't got nothing against Fritango or Griffin or anything like that, yeah, you know. They do their own thing, I do my own thing. You know, at the end of the day, I'm just calling out bullshit from Xbox fans. That's my duty. You know, to do that, and I enjoy it. You know, it's not probably you can't handle it. You just can't handle the heat. You Xbox fans, you just cannot handle the heat. So, I'm probably going to leave this video here today. There's probably a bit more going on, but you can go watch the guy's video yourself if you want. That basically concludes it. I mean, you know, he thinks that my parents were the one that bought my PC when he was the one. Alright, so let me actually find it. Here we go. He was the one that got his parents to buy a PC for his birthday as a birthday present. And he's got joke specs like this. Then he started getting all damage control. And so me and my friend Scottish Gamer roasted this guy. You got roasted. And you've also got roasted again. And I'm gonna roast you again. And again. And again. And again. Then he tried bringing up a DLSS video on his 2060. Thinking he's getting the same as me again. He's a retard. You're a retard. Yeah, stupid you sound. Look, go outside, do something better with your life. Okay? This is Chris J, and I'm out. Peace.